Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. Guys, just wanted to kind of give you a breakdown of my Miami offense ebook. Basically, I posted this. It's actually on my Patreon, and it's a scheme that I walked away from. It basically kind of gave me the guidelines of some of the stuff I like to do under under center with single back. But I decided to close out the season with going back to the Dolphins scheme. I just really love the scheme. I did like the team too. I think the offense is extremely underrated in the game. The speed with the wide receivers, the tight end, the running back is just unbelievable. So you've got really fast wide receivers, and the offensive line is really not that bad. And the running back runs very hard for me too. But I want to show you basically three different series. This gameplay, I really dominated the opponent, but I want to show you some of the reads that I do with the Sigurd scheme. So basically what I like to do when I come out of the game is I like to go into a stretch play. And the reason why is that I do have a very fast running back in Meister. And the goal is just basically to try to go ahead and get to the outside with the stretch play as a base play. But as you can see right here, he had his edge defenders off the edge. He's got basically this type of situation going with his guys. There's nobody in the backfield. So if I get hats on all of these guys, I've got basically a nice big gash that I can get this guy for maybe 5 or 6 yards or so. So I decided to go ahead, and I think I jumped into just a basic a slam play, just a dive play, and he's using this defensive end over the middle of the field. He actually goes ahead and actually cuts the gap and jumps. And I'm not able to go ahead and hit that. So blocked and hold with the center, but actually not a bad decision. But it also kind of gave me an idea of what he was doing. So this guy didn't have any kind of defensive scheme. He was just running random plays. So once again, not a very good player from the standpoint. But what I like about using, it's always good when you jump back into a scheme, just not going against the best player, because then you can kind of get your reads down and get familiar with where things are at. So right here he's got this one guy lined up. He's got this other guy lined up. I've got this guy lined up. He's off with leverage right there. So I'm thinking it's cover one, and I'm basically thinking this is basically like it probably cover 0, cover 1. So I've got blitzing coming in. So my hot read is going to be over here. This is a standard whip dig concept that we're looking at. I'm going to look to this and then over the top, and then I've got a deep out with this play right here, which would be my 3 because it takes a long time to develop. So I'm going to set this up. I'm going to block. I'm going to streak up this guy over the top, and then I'm going to do a block and release with the running back. So 2 adjustments. I do the block and release, but I'm looking to Hill. Hill's going to be my 1. He's going to be my 1 right there. So my 1. My 2, and then my 3 against man reads and stuff like that. So watching his play to develop, and he does send. Basically, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got this guy coming around the 6. Running back might pick him up, but he might actually just release. So that's why you want to hit your hot read, and that's going to be that outside whip. And you can see this guy he's completely out of position. There's no way you can catch that whip route. So I hit the whip, and then I'm able to go ahead and rack it and pick up, a good, first down, 10 yards on that little easy play. So it was actually 13-yard gainer on that first pass play. So, and he did go into pinch bucko, and you can always tell by the alignments with the guys. Now he's in a cover 2. I don't think I read this correctly, but I didn't read it correctly, but he's in a cover 2. I have a play in the arsenal, which is switch. And the switch is going to be for a TD right here. This is where I'd actually go and hit with a switch. We're going to come back to that when he goes into cover 2, but this guy didn't really have any kind of like defensive scheme. So I just do a little outside run. Look at the blocking right here. Hill blocks one guy and then spins off and blocks another guy, and it allows me to go ahead and get a nice little run and pick up a big chunky yards right there. So it's always nice to be able to have a running game where you're going to pick up a big chunky yards like that. But you can see he's in cover 2. So I didn't read the alignments correctly, because you have an outside shade with the outside wide receiver getting inside shade with the slot receiver. That's how you read it. So I think with this year play, I'm thinking cover 3. So this is going to be my 1. This is going to be my 2. and then I've got my out route, which is going to be my 3. This is similar to what I was using with the West Coast playbook. With this alignment, I think I went above the fray, so you can see how this guy's kind of a little bit shaded to the outside, and I still could have hit this route. This is still available for me, but I've got this kind of like dig route above it, and I think that's where I go with the ball. So I go with the inside dig, able to go and pick up a first down. So, you know, basically 2 for 27. He's in a hole play, and he had the hole on the opposite side. So right here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm seeing cover 3. So I see the shading. So with the switch play, I've got a setup like this. I've got a streak right here, but I've also got this route that actually comes curving up. So this is my hot read against cover 3. I'm going to look to the flat. I'm going to watch this defender. And if the defender comes down and bites, I'm going to go ahead and make my next progression. But if the defender floats up and no guy actually gets out there, I'm going to hit this spot. This is going to be the area that I'm going to go with this particular play. So right here, see how this guy is floating up? Nobody's out here. I'm going to go ahead and hit this vertical right here, and because I've got the ball on the far side of the hash, I'm able to go and pick up an easy 10-yard gainer before he can get out there. So that's what I love about it, and I read it correctly. It was a cover 3 seam. I don't think he has matching principles on, so as a result, I'm able to go ahead and get a first down with it. So first and goal situation, he's got a nice wide open box. Let's see if I go with RPO. I threw this into the scheme. I don't know if I like the blocking too much. The blocking actually gets really good a push, but I'm not reading my blockers correctly. And right here, I'm able to go ahead and get, I think, a yard. It wasn't that great of a play right there, but he goes into cover 3 hard flat. I'm reading man coverage in this type of situation. So basically, I'm going to go ahead. Let's see what I did. I think I just decided to go with a run play. I like the leverage. There's nobody out here with this. So if I can get this, if I can bounce this to the outside, I might be able to get to the corner. But what he does is he's using his safety. So he doesn't have any kind of there's no blocking assignment. He's able to go ahead and get out. So he bottles this up pretty good. This is one of the few defensive plays that he does really well to bottle that up. It was just bracketed, and he's able to go ahead and take me out. So I get the ball to the 5-yard line, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and jump into one of plays, which is switch. This plays money down in the red zone. I really, really love it. Even if you got the guys pressed, this area is going to be wide open, because against man coverages, what happens is the defender actually doesn't come across straight. He kind of bounces up and gets rubbed by this guy, and it always opens up this area right here with man coverages. So that's what I love about this here play. It's just great. I usually just quick snap it, and you can see right here the defender is out of position, and I just throw the ball. The only defender who can get this is this one guy, but if he's pressing, he's going to be tight in the animation, and I'm going to get a nice little completion, get a touchdown. So that's what I love about that particular play, which is great down in the red zone. And I love to have it as a base play that I come out of. And if I read the defense correctly, I just go ahead and jump into it real quick to get an easy score. So up 14-0 into the second half right here. You take a look at this. He's going with a really aggressive box. He's got these guys lined up here. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, it's a new series. Let's just go and see what type of coverage he's running. This is basically a baseline type of coverage. He's got people in the box. I don't know what he's got on the back side of the shell. So I'm just going to go ahead. I think I go with just a basic run play. So let's see what adjustment I go. I go into this gun tight formation, do the RPO, just see how he reacts to it. And I'm able to go ahead and get a nice little move with my running back that actually felt like it was bottled up, but you can see he goes in cover 3 sky. So really no defensive scheme this guy was running, but he's back at it again. So right here, I've got this guy shaded on the inside. It's got this guy shaded on the outside. This is a cover 2 because of the way this is set up. This is a cover 2. Let's see if I stick with the run, or do I go ahead and make an adjustment? Okay, so now I go into switch. So switch, if this defensive back stops right here, I'm going to be able to go and hit my opponent right here over the top. That's going to be my spot. If the defensive back carries, I have to make my next progression. But What I love about switch is that you can make an easy, you can quickly audible into it against cover 2 and then make your regressions from there. So see how this guy kind of stops right here? That means this area is going to be wide open because this guy is going to carry this defensive back a little bit tighter. He's going to give me some separation. So I go ahead and hit it, and with the tree kill, he's going to house it and be able to go and get an easy touchdown. So that's what I love about this your play, is that you can get those easy, touchdowns against Tampa 2 if your opponent gives it to you. So it's just very, very easy to do that. So I think this might be the last series right here that we go ahead and do. Maybe have one more after that. But this guy's slightly shaded on the inside, meaning this is probably some type of a cover 3. Let's see what the adjustment is. I'm trying to run the clock out because I'm up by 2 possessions right here. So try to hit to the outside. Tight end actually does this. This guy actually gets good leverage, and I only think I pick up a few yards against that. So, but it's all right. I want to peek at what type of coverages he's running. So he ran into Tampa 2, just didn't look right. So that's one of the things about play selection is that if you don't if you're not sure, just jump into just a run play before you try to go and hit a pass play. So I think he's back in Tampa 2 again because he's got this guy slightly outside, he's got this guy slightly inside. He used the Tampa 2 recently, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into basically middle high low, but I inadvertently hit the wrong play. And I'm running out of time. Now the problem with middle high low out of the empty backed formation is that it takes some time to set it up, because you got to take you have to take this one guy, slide him in, streak him out to be able to hit this area right here. So I think what I did is I went ahead and took a timeout, because I knew that I jumped into QB draw, which is something I never do, but it was a good play to go and jump into. Typically, most of the times I'm going to go ahead and take a timeout if I'm in control of a game like that, but you can see it was hard cover 2 hard flats. So this guy's really doesn't, he's just kind of picking random plays. I don't think he really knows what he's doing. He's won games. He's just barely a 500 player, but take a look at the alignments. All right, so this guy's slightly shaded to the outside. This guy's lined up. I've got a single high safety, so I'm thinking this is cover 3. I'm thinking cover 3 as far as is my look. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go to my cover 3 beater, and if I believe I've got it correctly, the cover 3 beater was most likely switch. So this route is money against cover 3. So I'm going to be looking right here. I'm going to motion this guy out, and my read is going to be this defensive back right here, because he's the first person who can get to it. So let's go ahead and run it, motion the guy out, and then basically you could see this guy's streak, he's pulling back. I always throw to the easy read. If there's nobody out there, I'm going to go and throw that and get an easy completion. So it really stresses people like horizontally with that particular scheme. And he wasn't a cover 3-3 seam, because this guy's really not disguising his coverages too well. All right, so let's take a look at the alignments here. So everybody seems to be lined up correctly. So I'm going to go with my man reads right here. I've got basically streak in this type of situation. But I think I jump back into a run play. Go back in a run play right here. I got pretty good blocking. I just don't think this guy gets picked up, and he actually does a dive tackle against me. That could have been a really ugly run if I would have got past that dive tackle. But he stops him for 1 yard, but that's all right. He was like in cover 3. Okay, so here's another cover 2 alignment. So this guy, you got this guy shaded to the outside, this guy shaded in the inside. Let's see if I go ahead and jump into the right play. Now I go ahead into the middle high low. So I made an adjustment with my audibles, so it kind of messed me up a little bit. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over. Slide this guy over with this alignment. And my goal is to hit this spot right here. So clock is running down, so I'm getting a little bit anxious. Have to get this guy set. And he does got really good pass rushers. These guys will break the pass rush against me. But you can see wide open. And I think what it did is a possession catched it instead of racking it. That could have been a touchdown if I racked it. So I want possession catch doing that, but you can see right now, you know, if you got a guy that really doesn't disguise his coverages and stuff like that, it's easy to carve people up, you know, offensively if you know what you're doing on offense. So these guys are manned up. I'm 9 yards out, so I really can't use the switch play down in the end zone, so I've got to kind of get the ball a little bit closer. So let's see what I do with this play. I think I go into a running play right here in this type of situation. So I'm going to go and jump into this running play, I believe. Okay, right here. And the blocking's good, but these guys kind of get themselves out of position. And I kind of cut it up right into the big crowd of people. But that's all right. I'm getting a little bit closer now. I'm getting into the 6-yard line. And I also want to kind of chew the clock against this guy right now because I'm on autopilot. I'm up by 2 scores. I'm going to go and get my victory. So, second and goal situation. Basically, he's showing me man alignment. So I go and jump into this whip route. So I'm really looking for this whip by Waddle. This is the area that I'm looking for, because if he's showing me man coverages, I know what's going to happen is this guy's going to get pulled out. He's going to have to come to the middle of the field, and then Waddle should be wide open in this little area right here if he's running man coverages and he's not doing any kind of zone drops. So you can see how these guys are making adjustments right here, or sliding over, and there's my spot. So running back, I've been throwing to the running back a lot. I just showing my guys to my running back. He's sitting right here. The ball's already out. He's going to have to slide into this area, but he might be looking at the running back. And you can see right here, I'm able to go to get completion and get a touchdown. So this essentially is a scheme that I've been using. You know, Miami playbook. I only really ran maybe a couple different formations against my opponent, but it's a really, really good scheme I like to use. So you can actually find this in my Patreon if you want to see it, but I'm probably going to redo this and maybe use this as my primary formation or my playbook going into Madden 24. So once again, guys, if you like these breakdowns, you like how I read or tell you how I read my coverages and all that kind of stuff, make sure you hit the likes button and also comment below. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.